Hello spider friends, we are live. Um, I have a problem and I need your help. My YouTube channel is refusing to allow me to turn comments on. I have to go manually into the video once it's been uploaded or once it's been live streamed and manually click allow comments, and it's just not doing it. I'm getting so frustrated. I've tried doing it on different platforms, on like my phone, on my iPad, on my laptop, on different browsers. It's just not working. So in the description is an email address for me and both my Instagrams, so you can contact me there. But what it comes down to is I need to find out what kind of enclosure this is. I do not know. I do not know. I bought this at the Northern Invert Show as like a pre-sculpted enclosure. It had substrate in it, it had some cork bark, it had some plants, it had like everything that you need basically. I paid a fiver for it and it had all the stuff inside. Really super happy. It wasn't until very recently I discovered that there's something written on the underneath, and what is written on the underneath is Simon. Originally I had Debbie Harry in this enclosure, but it's currently occupied by Clancy, my Tarantulas marinus, my OBT, and take a look at him. Please ignore the reflection of BoJack Horseman there. I've been doing a rewatch in preparation for being heartbroken by the final series. But yeah, there's Clancy in his beautiful web. They are such good webbers. I love my little OBT, such a cutie pie. But yes, I would like to find out what kind of enclosure this is, because I want to buy more of them, because these are perfect for stacking. You see, I've got many of these type of enclosures. These are what they sell at my local pet shop. This one is the one that belongs to my Hypoclaptus nilgiraneus. I'm still really bad at that Latin. This is the kernels enclosure, and this is a very bad stack. Now it goes on top of this one fine because this has a flat lid, but this does not have a flat lid and the handle sticks out. Look, you couldn't stack on top of this, and the problem is I've already got 4 of these and I have 2 other spiders that need upgrading into these. Martel, my Brachypelma bomi, and Momo, one of my Brachypelma albipilosums. They've totally outgrown their enclosures and they need upgrading to one this size, but I want to put them in these, and I want to transfer everyone who's in one of these into one of these, because they're just better. So if you know what kind of enclosure this is, what the make is, please get in touch. Please get in touch. Please email me or contact me on Instagram. You can't leave a comment because YouTube will not allow it, because YouTube are bad. But yes, I need to know what this is so I can buy more of them. I'm not bothered about the colour. I saw that Komodo tanks do a similar sort of flat topped one, and I have some bigger ones that I keep my Acanthoscoria geneticulata Carmen in, and Dwayne the Rock Johnson, my Asian forest scorpion. They do sort of smaller, more like this size ones, so I would settle for them, but I really like this one and I really want to know what kind this is, and I have no idea. So if you know, or if you were the person I bought this from the Northern Invert Show, please get in touch. Please, I really want to know. And like, obviously, this is like a brilliant size for Clancy. Like, they are actually meant to be burrowers, so it's like a 50-50 ratio in this tank of like substrate and walking around space, but he doesn't burrow at all. He likes to make all this beautiful webbing. It's such beautiful webbing. I really like. My experience with OBTs has been nothing but positive. And I know that that's generally not the case. So yeah, I think I've just got really lucky with Clancy here. So yeah, also, you know, like, not full sized yet. Very, very little. I've had Clancy since being a tiny little spiderling, and it's lovely little size now. Look at him there, look, such a cutie. I love you. Right, so yes, if you know that enclosure, please get in touch. Like these are like my starter enclosures. Like if they're not really small, when they go in like one like this size, this is empty currently. Like little ones go in ones this size, and the slightly bigger ones go in one this size, because then they've got a little room to walk about. This is Spice. Spice is right there. I don't know if you can see him because live streaming quality tends to be hit and miss. This is my grandma stole the pulchripes. I did have one originally called Pepper. And this was a replacement that was sent to be my very good friend Tanya's Teas. I mention her a lot. Please go subscribe to her channel. But yeah, Spice I've had for a while, and this butt is gigantic and shiny. So I'm thinking that maybe due to molt soon, but not entering pre-molt because I fed them this week and they've totally eaten the cricket. So yeah, but these are like my sort of starter tubs, not counting the little cups, but starter tubs for ones like that are little, and then I upgrade them to I like to do it properly. So yes, so the other ones that I have, and it's Olivia, right? And I'm going to try and show Olivia because my friend was really shocked when she came around the other day. She was like, "Oh my god, that's Olivia," because she doesn't really get the greatest of exposure, really. But yeah, this is Olivia. Have had Olivia nearly a year now. It'll be a year in November, and she's done really well. Again, had her since a little spiderling. I didn't put her in one of these. I put her in one that's similar to this, but it's actually like bigger and longer, so I could put lots of substrate in it. And how she responded to that was to never use it. So there's not that much substrate in here, but she's got a lot of springtails. They've like bred like I don't know what in this enclosure, but she seems happy. She has this little area that she likes to build, so she was building some more web in there earlier. But yeah, this is Olivia. She's doing really well. She's my Cosmos Parasmalisi. She's actually a dwarf species, so the chances are this enclosure will be the one that Olivia lives the rest of her life in, if I don't get another one of those purple ones, which I would like to get. So yes, Olivia needs a new house. We've also got, I showed the kernel, but this is Happy Houdini. Happy Houdini lives inside this fish tank ornament. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it because I can see where Happy is, and see if we can take a look at him, if it will in fact allow me to open this enclosure. There we go. I just want to check to make sure that he's actually eaten his cricket and that the cricket isn't still inside this, because when I put his cricket in earlier this week, it went in there, and I don't know if he ate it or not, and I just want to check because I don't want to leave a live cricket in there. So this is what we're doing. We're just going to have a quick look at Happy. Happy, where are you? Oh, yeah, he's in his... he's happy, and I see the remains of a cricket. So yeah, he's eaten the cricket. Happy Houdini is called Houdini because I was pretty sure he'd escaped, but he was hiding inside of this, so he's quite happy. He's a Brachypelma hamari. I did have several slings and they died. So this came from Spiders World EU, and it's like a slightly bigger one. So I'm hoping that we do well this time. But yeah, no, he's fine. He's eaten like every meal so far. It's just He likes his little ornament, he likes living in that, he feels safe in there, which is fine. But I do, as a responsible spider mother, need to check to make sure that he's eating his food and make sure that his food isn't going to eat him, because we don't want that to happen, because we love our pets, and I love my pets, and I love my spooders. I love them very much, and I would never risk like their health over like live food wandering around in their tank. In fact, actually, there was a debate going on was it Reddit? Yeah, I think it was on one of the Reddit boards that I go on, where someone was talking about feeding live vertebrates to their tarantula, as in a live mouse. And obviously this is massively controversial topic, and my take on it would be no. Why would you do that? Well, like, people were saying, oh well, that's what they eat in nature, but these are not animals in nature. These are pets. These have been bred in captivity. These are captive bred animals. And why would you take that unnecessary risk, particularly with species that are rarer, more expensive, harder to rear? Like, why would you risk putting a live mouse in with your tarantula? Like, I'm paranoid about crickets. Like, because a cricket can destroy a tarantula. Imagine what a mouse would do. Just, no. Terrible idea. Please do not do that. If you've got like a spider, like a big spider, I've got a couple of spiders that are going to get really big, right? And I've got a colony of Madagascan hissing cockroaches, the females of which are looking gravid and ready to drop soon, which will be good. But you know, like, what's wrong with feeding them Madagascan hissing cockroaches? These are quite substantial insects, and if you really insist on varying the diet, just buy frozen mice. Just like for snakes, like, buy them and thaw them, and they will be fine. They will be absolutely fine on frozen mice. If you want to watch your tarantula or your snake eat a live mouse, you're a sick individual, and that's my opinion on the subject. Like, you're a sick person if you want to watch that, because it's unnecessary cruelty, completely unnecessary. Frozen mice that you buy from the pet shop have been like killed humanely and prepared to be eaten. Like, why would you then go and buy a mouse that's probably intended to be a pet and then feed it to your animals? One, it can hurt your animal. There are so many snakes that have like bite marks from being left with live food. Just, oh no. And like, why would you want to watch an animal like suffer? I mean, I don't like watching it on documentaries, even though that's nature. This isn't nature. These are pets. These are not wild animals. These are pets that are within your care, and you have a responsibility to care for them. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a terrible idea. And if you're feeding live food, like crickets, to your spiders, to your tarantulas, you need to monitor them, unless you want them to be hurt. It's as simple as that. Like, no. So yeah, don't do that, please. Don't do that. Sick people. This is one of my favourite spiders. This is my Pamphobetus sp. Macala opal. She's Colombian purple starburst. Starburst used to be known as opal fruits in the UK, which is why she's called opal. Opal is a moody little sod. Now, when I first got this spider, this was in like the second mystery box I got. So like, I've had her since maybe December, January this year. I've had her for a while anyway. And when I got her, she wasn't very big. She was like, and now she's like subadult. I don't know if it's a he or a she actually, but there you go. Now, when I first got them, I read about them, and it was like, these spiders are moody and defensive, and I was like, What? Not my Opal. My Opal loves me. My Opal is so cute. My Opal is... No, no, Opal hates me. Opal hates me. If you get a Pantherbeatus SP Macala, it will hate you. Yeah, it will. It might like you at first, but after you've had it a while, you are nothing more than food provider to them. I'm telling you. So now, is she still out? Is she still out? Is she still out? No, I think she's gone back in. I think she's gone back in. Right, so again, this is a newish spider. This is a Brachypelma albipilosum, confirmed female, Trisha. Trisha was something that I got to replace Tasha, because Tasha was my subadult one who had bought as a juvie, and she died during a bad molt. Nothing I could have done. The substrate was moist. She had everything that she needed. It was just very bad luck. Aha! Well, that answers that question. I wanted to check if the cricket that I put in there was still alive, and it's in the lid. So, yeah. Come on. I don't have my tweezers. I don't have my tweezers. But I wanted to check on, let's put you there. I wanted to check on Trisha because I don't see her, because she lives inside again, and it's a fish tank ornament. I'm just going to lift it. I'm just going to check. Oh, hello. Are you going to come out? You're going to come out? She's not going to come out, but like, oh. Come on. Come on, Trisha. Come on. Just 2 minutes for the boys and girls at home. Here she is. This is Trisha. Curly hairs are one of my favourite species of tarantulas. So, yeah, I really wanted to replace Tasha. And, well, no, nothing can replace Tasha, but I wanted another curly hair, and this is a confirmed female. So, yeah, here she is. Here she is, having a little wander. She's a nice little size. She's smaller than Tasha was when I got her, but yeah, so there is a cricket in there that I put in before, and it's still wandering around. So when I finish this live stream, I'll be taking that out and putting it back in the cricket tub, because it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, so it can go in the cricket tub, which is something else I wanted to talk about. See, I used to always get my crickets online. I used to always order them from reptilecentre.com. It's a Northampton based pet shop. It's nowhere near where I live. It's opposite end of the country. And I used to always order them from there, and then I discovered that my local pet shop had started selling brown silent crickets, so I stopped sort of ordering them and started getting from the pet shop. The problem is that this pet shop that I get them from now is not very good. When it comes to like keeping the animals separate. So if you look in here, what you will see is there are some black crickets, there are some brown crickets, and what is that? What is that? Yes, it's a dubia roach. It's a dubia roach. Why is there a dubia roach? Why are there a lot of dubia roaches? Why is there such a mix of insects in this tub? Well, I shall tell you. Right, so normally when you get crickets, and I'll use this one as an example, these are my little crickets. This is not a contaminated tub, luckily. You get this sort of stuff in it, and it's like bug grub and other bits and bobs. And normally it's fine. Normally it is fine. And it was always fine when I ordered them online. I hardly ever got skin beetles in them, thermostat beetles, the little black ones, like occasionally one or two. But this place, loads of them. Just loads of them, right? In fact, they got so bad once, the amount of beetles that were in. I offered them to my friend who she grows carnivorous plants, which is really cool. She has like Venus flytraps and other things. And so I said, like, I've got these insects, do you want them? Because the spiders won't eat them. And there was like the little caterpillars and the little beetles, and there was loads of them. And she was like, oh yeah, great. But the plants wouldn't eat them either. These were a plague. And there was so many of them. There was hundreds of them. So the only solution was to just like cull them. So, you know, I'd noticed that there's an excessive amount of these beetles, and I was like, it's annoying, but convenient. Then, when I got the last lot of crickets and roaches, I noticed there were a couple of little flies in the tub as well, and there is one in here, little bugger. Luckily, I think it is only one, and it's some sort of fruit fly that's like wandering around in there. I think it's supposed to be flightless, but this is a winged beastie. Anyway, there was a couple of fruit flies in there, and I thought nothing of it. I thought, well, that's just a couple of fruit flies. Fine, it happens, they get mixed in. Well, a couple of fruit flies turned into a plague of Egypt, because I went to my my cricket and dubia tub and saw that they were both completely infested with flies. Like, the tubs were filled with them. This happened in the space of a few days, right? Like, the flies had laid eggs, because obviously you give your bugs food, you give them bug grub, you give them bug gel, and I occasionally put in like little bits of carrot and apple as well for them. And the flies had, over a period of a few days, like, bred, laid eggs in the bits at the bottom, and I hadn't noticed. And when I topped up the crickets and the roaches, I hadn't bothered to clean it out, because I was like, oh, it's just a little bit of bug rub, it's fine. It was not fine. Don't be me, don't be lazy, clean out your tub every single time. Yeah, there was a plague of Egypt, and it makes me, just thinking about it, right? It was just full of flies. So I was like, what am I going to do? So what I had to do was remove the lid outside at night, near a fire, so that the fruit flies kind of, they went towards the light. They went towards the light. It was fine. I sort of wafted as many of the flies out as I could from both the tubs, and then I had to like grab the egg carton things with the tweezers and put them into an empty tub, and then like basically I've had to sort of co-house the crickets and the dubias, and I've no idea if that's safe for either of them, but they don't seem to be that bothered about each other. Luckily, you know, they've got bug grub, they've got bug gel, they've got like little bits of fruit and stuff in there, not as much as they had previously, like, mind you, but they seem to be fine. But yeah, I had to sort of like house them together as I was cleaning back and forth the two tubs and like trying to get rid of all the flies, which I eventually did, apart from this one that I appear to have missed. But yeah, that was a complete nightmare, and I don't think I'm going to be buying my insects from that shop anymore. I think I am actually just going to go back to ordering them online, because I never really had any problems with the reptile centre. They were generally like reliable, so that's what I'm going to do. But yes, I just wanted to sort of say to you, please don't be me, and if you notice that there is something like slightly off with your insect, like if you see like a fruit fly in there or something, try and not let it contaminate your insect colonies, because I learned the hard way. And I was very, very annoyed about that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like that I was growing midges or anything like that. It was a fruit fly, so, you know, it was worse things have happened. So yes, I don't really have any other updates. No one else has molted. Everyone's eaten as normal this week. Nothing really particularly exciting has happened, but like I felt like I hadn't done a video in a little while, so I thought I should probably do one. Next week I am going to be doing the first bug talk for children that I'm planning on doing. I would love to have like an educational enterprise where I just talk about like inverts and exotic pets to children to try and make them less scary, because I think like a lot of people are afraid of spiders, but they don't really know why. It's something that is just maybe ingrained in our DNA, but I would love to sort of show children that like tarantulas aren't that scary, which is why I really, really adore Princess Sophie Pink. If you are not subscribed to Princess Sophie Pink's channel, please go do so, because she's wonderful. She's a child. I've met her. I met her at the Northern Invert Show. I didn't talk to her for very long. I was just like, oh, hi, you're so cute. She's adorable. She's a little girl. She does her own tarantula videos. Her mum and dad are so supportive, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful little girl. And she does such a good job of promoting the tarantula hobby to other children. So yeah, I'm doing it next week, and I was thinking of doing like a test run live stream, like I haven't scripted anything, but like going through what I have planned in my head for like a book talk. But yes, if you know what kind of enclosure this is, please tell me. Please tell me in some mod, because I would like more of these. If you are the company what make them, you know, let me know, because I want to give you my money. Yes, that is it. Oh, and Snickerdoodle's doing well. Snickerdoodle's had her second meal. Obviously, when I live streamed with her last time, she ate immediately as soon as the live stream finished. And she's had a second meal now, so I'm going to put that video up on my Instagram for you to have a look at if you so wish to see a Western hognose snake eating a pinky. If you've not seen that before, I mean, it's not particularly interesting, but I think it's adorable because she's so cute and so tiny, and I love her so very much. Also, my mum doesn't know about her yet. She'll find out next week. Oops. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you tuned in live, or if you watched later, that's fine. I love it. I love every single watch that I get. Please leave me a nice internet thumbsy upsy, because you can't leave a comment because for some reason YouTube will not let me. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want to know when I'm going to be live streaming, you need to hit the bell notification, and that will tell you when I'm live streaming. Like, it'll send you an email when I'm going to do a live stream. I tend to live stream over uploading just because of how rubbish my internet is. Like, Virgin Media in this area is really, really terrible. So yes, thank you for watching, and hopefully I shall see you again next time. And now I'm going to attempt to press the little X with my big nail. I need to get my nails redone because my nails have grown, and they also need sanding down because they're too thick. But let's try and end. End.